So I would say those are some impactful people this year that have changed me and who continue to change me. And I think it's neat when we get a chance to actually reflect on it, because sometimes we just keep doing everyday life and we forget to almost thank those people. Thank you for doing what you did so that I could be the best version of myself. Hello, everyone. We are Greg and Jacquie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week, we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world. Okay, here we are back again.
Continuing in our conversation about...
I told Jackie, I'm like, you pick up your energy a little bit here. She's like, well, I'm over here in my robe. I know. I'm like, we need a video of this. She's in her checkered robe right
jealous.
now.
You're
thinking
jealous.
She's going to take a nap during our episode.
Well, I mean, it's the real talk, hon. You're just jealous of my robe. He brings it up quite a bit, actually. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe you should put it on your Christmas list.
Okay. Your robe?
No.
Your robe for Christmas?
Your own robe.
Oh, okay. Anyways, we were talking about some questions that we like to go through, that hopefully everybody listening will go through the same questions. You know, jot some of these questions down and ask each other these questions. Think them through because they're helpful. But we were talking about greatest lesson this year. I mentioned that, you know, we can handle a lot as long as you and I stay closely connected. And, you know, the reality is, though, the more stuff you put on your plate, like you have to, in direct proportion, almost put more energy towards staying connected because there's more opportunity to be disconnected. And so that's been the balance for us. And it's really interesting because it was like we had some great people that we were interviewing last night about just business and success. And, you know, this kind of relates where they were talking about how they are big givers and contributors. And but one thing, if they could go back and do it all over again, when they started really making better money, they wish they'd have been a little bit better investors and getting their money working for them. They just had a concept that, you know, every extra bit of money we have, we're just going to give it away because we just feel like that's the thing. And he said it was honorable, but it probably wasn't as wise as, you know, they could have been. And so then they come up with a philosophy that for every dollar they give, then they're going to invest $1, right? And it's the way they keep their balance. And some people have to do the other because some people are so investing and never giving. And so they could follow the same kind of a pattern. But I was thinking about it even in lines with like our connection. And it's like almost for every new endeavor or amount of time that we have to put towards new endeavors, we're going to have some kind of an increase into our work we do to stay connected, right? Because other stuff just pulls on you emotionally, physically, everything, you know. I mean, you're tired more, you're whatever. I know for me, it's the new endeavors. It's very mentally exhausting for a season until you really start getting them down. And so then I get into my mode of I'm like drifting all day thinking about stuff. And so even when you and I are together, I'm not necessarily as present as I could be. And that creates disconnection. And so anyways, it's just a good lesson that I learned this year. So
that's good. I think everybody needs to take time to realize that if these things are happening, though, it is a lesson learned. It's not like you're failing at your marriage. It's not like your relationships, you know,
right.
At the end. No, it's a lesson learned, you know, and whether it's quality time with your significant other, maybe it's quality time with your kids. Maybe that's what you need to focus on. Or maybe it's, you know, the real type of relationships that you're supposed to be engaged in. I mean, we can all get so busy, whether it's work stuff or relationship stuff or kid stuff or parent, you know, whatever it may be. I mean, how many times have we sat down too and just said, let's really evaluate out of our friends, like the ones we're sewing into, the ones that are sewing into us, and the ones that we just, you know, like having fun with, and then the ones that drain us. right? And that's the key to the whole thing, is realizing that we're all super busy people in today's world. Like, it's just, if you're not even physically busy, you're mentally busy all the time, because the world is going 100 miles per hour all the time. So it's like, you got to be super smart about where you're spending your time. And obviously we've realized it needs to start in our home first, because otherwise we get so busy with the outside that we don't focus in on what we need best, which is quality time together, and then quality time with our kids.
Yeah. I'll say another lesson that I learned this year that was a really big one is that it's kind of become apparent to me by being over here and starting to engage with new community, meaning, you having some really great ladies that you're connecting with now, and us having couples that we're connecting with that we're really enjoying and are very much in alignment with our values, and me having some guys that I can go do guy stuff with and talk guy stuff, and it made me just realize that when you don't have a strong community around you that fits these, like, a couple can't necessarily give each other everything that they need.
You're not supposed to.
I know, but we've tried for a long time. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm just really realizing it, that there is a certain part of your heart that gets filled up from your girlfriend time, and there really is a certain part of, like, almost like my identity that gets, I don't know, filled up, or whatever you want to call it, by having some other strong-willed dudes that I can go do guy stuff with. And instead of you and I, trying to just, it's like trying to not only just be each other's best friends, be husband, wife, be co-parents together, right? Be business partners together, but we're also trying to fill this need that you have for girlfriends, and you fill the need I have for guy friends, or me trying to get you to fill the need I have for guy friends, and things that would happen there. It just really opened my eyes this year, that I think it's like I didn't realize how much we needed it until we started really engaging in it.
Yeah,
that makes
totally
sense.
a lesson learned. I feel like, again, the pressure that we put on each other sometimes as a couple, we're just setting each other up to failure sometimes.
Right.
And nowhere were we told that we were supposed to just have community with just husband and wife and kids. It was always supposed to be a community of others. And we're supposed to go out there and we're supposed to get to know other people that we can do life with. And that's how God created it. I mean, he created it so that we could be part of a bigger community. And with that comes such amazing blessings. Some of them you just talked about, the quality time I'll get with some ladies, or the identity time you get with some guys, whatever it may be. It's like, it's so neat to walk away and feel so much happiness from getting to know more of the amazing people that God has placed in our lives.
For sure. Okay, next question. You ready?
Sure.
Do you want a joke one, or you want
If you feel the urge.
Oh, really? Well, let me find one here then, if that's the case. Let's see here. Why can't a leopard hide?
It's always spotted.
Did I say this one before? Probably. I might be repeating some of these.
That means you ran out. You ran out of jokes. Oh my gosh.
No, but I think I have said some of these before. But they're worth repeating. Let's get honest, because they're really, really good. Oh, what do you call a factory that makes okay products?
Not sure.
A satisfactory.
That's a little corny, don't you think? A little bit.
Oh, only this one?
Well, I didn't want to name them all that way, but now that you brought it up.
Okay, I think they're all corny. That's the point. But okay, here's another great one. Really good one. What? Oh, man, I hope everybody that listens to this asks themselves this question. What's your biggest piece of unfinished business this year? Yeah, when it comes to mind?
Sure, you go ahead.
Well, I mean, when we talk to other people, typically the kind of answers are, oh, I have somebody that I've been meaning to apologize to and just haven't made the time yet, or I have someone that maybe offended me or did something, a family member, and I need to really just have a conversation because I don't even know if they know it, kind of thing. These are the kind of answers I typically get, right? or somebody wants to try to restore a relationship with a niece or nephew that's kind of gone astray, or you name it. For me, I will say, and I'm doing it right now, but I've been wanting to like go through the health tests just because there's so much information out right now, whether it's, cold plunges or, sauna or whatever, but there's all this information that's starting to come out now about even your genetics and how some people are just more prone for certain ways your body reacts based on genetics, and how you might need a certain different level of supplementation just based on your DNA, and also how much you can learn from your blood, and whether you need to make a few adjustments in your diet, other than just really obvious stuff, of course. But I've just been wanting to do this for a long time, and so I finally bought this stuff and got the tests and going to get it all done. And but that's probably my biggest piece of unfinished business. I've been kind of dragging my feet about it for a while, and but I'm doing it, so I'll have it done by the end of the year.
That's awesome. That's good. Yeah, I can't think right now off the top of my head. I mean, I'm sure there are things. I mean, probably there's some goals of ours that haven't quite come into fruition yet, that whether it's had to do with investments or business or whatever, I would say haven't panned out yet like I thought they would by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. So it'd probably be something like that. I mean, one of my biggest goals like last year, I remember, was, and maybe, parents can relate to this, is that I remember last year I had this goal that at some point I was going to learn how to play piano with our kids. And all 5 of our kids play. Hunter's going to start, I think, by the time she's 6. But all the kids play. And for years, they would ask me, Mom, will you play a duet with me? Or will you play piano with me? Or whatever. And I hadn't played piano since like grade school, junior high, high school time.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not like riding a bike. You don't just pick it up like like it was. But they kept asking me, and that was one of my goals at the end of last year, to start that this year, to make that a goal and actually do that. So, I did this year. I took piano lesson. The kids love it. It's one of those things that we get to play together. I mean, you're the blessed one that gets to have piano recitals every night at our house with all 6 of us taking turns on the piano and enjoying that,
Oh yeah,
music all the time.
Yeah.
Greg constantly wakes up from nap or whatever it might be with beautiful.
It's almost inevitable. Like every time I just lay down and I'm in there and kind of finally just fall asleep, all of a sudden, man, there's a couple of songs that they're like an alarm clock at this point. Like if I hear that song, it makes me want to get out of bed because it's happened so often. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was probably one thing I did accomplish and do this year, but I can't quite think, like I said, besides some goals as far as business and stuff like that, that I need to probably think about it, something that for next year.
It's good though. I mean, it's like the concept here is if something's still hanging over your head, it steals creativity.
Totally.
And so if you don't really have anything hugely lingering, I mean, which it doesn't surprise me that you don't, because we've been doing this process every year for how long now. And so we're kind of have learned to face into stuff quicker and not let stuff linger as long,
That's true.
So probably better than,
yes.
average.
And,
so
I mean, I figured you probably want to apologize to me for a few things, but I know
really?
I don't need to.
I didn't have that on my list at all. That's
you wouldn't.
Amazing.
You wouldn't.
So part of your thing
can
is,
I see your list?
So you can actually explain to me what I'm supposed to apologize to you for.
I think you know. I think you know.
Uh-huh. Sure thing, honey. Okay, how about this one? Who are the 3 greatest people that have impacted your life this year besides me?
So one. All right. So 2 more people is what you.
No, 3 besides me.
Oh, besides you.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, of course. I mean, impact is such a large word. Really, it's such a big word. Because it can be in the physical, it can be in a book, it could be a podcast I listen to, and such a blessing that we have such great people in our lives that allow us to grow and change at our own risk, but then strive to help us become the better version of ourselves. But I mean, for sure, our pastors have impacted me a great deal this year. Pastor Colin and Melissa have walked through this whole journey with us of literally moving our family to it feels like a whole new country, really, but it's just a different part of the country, and start this new endeavor as far as community and relationship and just the amazing church community we have. It's just been forever changing for us, and we're just so thankful for it. So they've impacted me tremendously. And then of course, some of the people that have impacted me are people that we have started some new endeavors with. We have a great opportunity and have such a blessed relationship with an amazing family. Lori Taylor and Dirk and Laura Taylor. They've just impacted us a great deal this year, and just the relationship we have with them has just been, a whole new journey this year. We've known them for some time now, like for a very long time now, but it just feels like such a blessing this year, where we are with them and their relationship with us. And of course, the relationships that impact me the most are the ones right in my own household. You kind of joked about it, but of course you and the kiddos, impact me every day, and it matters. It matters on who I associate with, not only for my mental, for my emotional, but really just for everything that matters in my life, is having a tribe of people around me that help me become the best version of myself so I can go out there and help others become the best version of themselves. So I would say those are some of the impactful people this year that have changed me and who continue to change me. And I think it's neat when we get a chance to actually reflect on it, because sometimes we just keep doing everyday life and we forget to almost thank those people. Thank you for doing what you did so that I could be the best version of myself.
You're welcome. Well, I thought I should I didn't want to leave you hanging. I do love you, though. We'll continue this in the next one. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening, and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. And we have great news. You get more of us. You can expect new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. So be sure to consistently tune in with us and enjoy our show. See you next time.